Real quick, guys, my name is Nathan, aka ATX Crypto. Today we're going to be discussing becoming a crypto millionaire. We're also going to be looking into and probably how it is by far one of the easiest ways to become a crypto millionaire. We're also going to be going over some common misconceptions about crypto as well in this video. So as always, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. First, what we do is we kick it off by checking out what's going on in our HEX ecosystem and checking out the HEX daily stat or HEX insights. So right now, folks, HEX is making basically higher highs and higher lows, and right now we're sitting at 5.539 cents. Earlier, just a little bit ago, someone was able to capture a photo at the price being 5.555 cents. I thought that was quite hilarious, if you ask me. They were able to capture that pretty good, and I give them props for that as well. If you don't know what these are all the indicators where Richard Hart has basically made a statement, he announces something, he doesn't announce something, whatever the case may be. These are all what they are, and as of this moment in time, we haven't really heard anything from him on PulseChain at this point in time, which is why there's no real news here. But he was giving us an update for over 4 weeks on Wednesdays every time. Last week he threw a curveball and gave it to us on Thursday, and that was when we heard the bug found. And of course the price of HEX then followed with a nice dip of 21.47%. You crazy animals. It's okay if there is good news and bad news, folks. Until PulseChain is out, I just want to know what's going on. And the fact that we see these developments happening and the fact that he's sharing that information with us, I am greatly appreciation of all that information. So next, what we do is, of course, we dive into seeing the PulseChain developers. And folks, once again, these developers are active. Big props to every single one of them. Again, Brett Paulson, ever since January 1st, has been active every single day. You can see their activity right over here on the side. February 15, 2023 for Brett Paulson. 3 Commons Capital showing February 15, 2023. SJB was on yesterday. Kyle Barr was on February 13th, or February 14th, should I say, for SJB, and then February 13th for Kyle Barr. They are on every single day, and it is pretty incredible, folks. So get ready, because PulseChain's coming soon. You want to make sure that you have all your eggs in a row, all your ducks in order, right? The 5 P's: proper preparation prevents poor performance. Make sure you got everything set up in a way that's going to be beneficial and advantageous for you to take advantage of this fork of PulseChain launching very soon. As of the HEX daily stats, again, we have the price of HEX sitting at 5.5 cents. Current payout per T-share today is looking around 6.3. Yesterday's payout per T-share was incredible. I made a little post on Twitter. If y'all aren't following me there, definitely do yourself a favor and click a follow over there. It's ATX Crypt. And again, you can see the payout per T-share yesterday was 7.635 HEX per T-share. Incredible. Folks, just to break down some of these numbers, because I know we go through some math sometimes, and it can be a little bit, you don't really understand exactly what it may mean. But let's just say, for example, that you have 100 T-shares, okay? That means you're getting paid every single day when you have a payout like this, 763 HEX that day. And for the most part, around 6.3 is pretty average, so 630 HEX per day. Now, at today's prices, it may not seem like that much, but you got to understand, even at today's prices at 0.055 or 5.5 cents, that's still $42 a day that you can make. So in essentially a month's span of time, you have earned almost $1,300 just by staking your HEX. Guys, staking HEX is so freaking powerful. You remove the middleman, you do everything yourself. You earn trustless yield every single day, and this HEX contract has been paying flawlessly for now over 1,171 days. If you are losing faith or don't understand what that may mean, it means get in early, because this number right here, 25,835, is how much HEX it costs to get 1 T-share. And guess what pays out the HEX that you have? It's based on how many T-shares you have. So based on that number, the earlier you can get in to start staking, the more HEX you're going to be able to accrue and earn during your long term of your crypto journey. So now is definitely the time to start looking into all of that information. let's give a shout out to everyone who is coming in through the chat real fast before we get started in today's topics. We got Big GZ, ATX, and Mexicans. Let's go! Let's go! Let's do it. Let's go, go, go. Agenda 6-9 in the house. We got HEX and ATX. Woohoo! Love it, Agenda 6-9. Little Uno, let's go. Absolutely. What's up, Crypto Compassion? Hello, welcome, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All you beautiful people right here. Agenda 6-9, giving that little Christmas tree love right here. Absolutely. Got the Christmas tree love, and folks, this thing will stay up all year round. So be ready for that. Don't be surprised when you still see it up in July/August/October, and then it'll make more sense probably in November, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Christmas. Kev2311 USMC, hoorah, says, how much HEX, if bought today, will it take to be a crypto millionaire? Well, Kev, that is a fantastic question. And that's actually a discussion that we're going to be going over today as well. This is ATX Crypto Report number 9, if I'm not mistaken. So guys, we have continued this little daily stream now every single day. I've changed up the channel name just a smidge, but not the channel name, the title. But again, the daily streams have been active for almost 2 months now, and it's been an absolute blast. So we'll get into this question in just a moment here, Kev. Don't worry, you just stick around just a little longer, and that'll be the first thing that we'll be discussing. 10 Top, what's up, Hexicans? What's up, 10 Top? I'm ready for sudden wealth syndrome. Agenda 6-9, this is a real thing. You got to understand, sudden wealth syndrome is freaking real, guys. Whenever you see your investments go up 10x, 100x, 1000x, it's pretty hard to stay level-headed at a certain point in time. Like, you start really feeling like you control the world, I think, at some point in time. And sudden wealth syndrome kind of kicks into that as well, right? It helps portray that in different ways. So it kind of shows off your character, not just you yourself, but any flaws that you also have. So if you're doing some things in some areas already that aren't necessarily good for yourself and your habits, well, when you start having a whole bunch of money, it just makes it that much easier to do some of those items. So start getting mentally prepared for becoming a millionaire. Start thinking in your head. It's the manifestation into reality type situation. It's the idea that you are already a millionaire. What are you doing as a millionaire, right? We're at 5.6 cents. I love it. Guys, we're making new all-time highs and local highs, should I say. Not all-time highs. We're making new local highs. And we haven't really touched 5.6 cents. And let me just go back, because it's been a hot minute since we last touched 5.6 cents. We were back in this range in August of 2022 to give y'all an idea when we were last around 5.6 cents. So we have definitely, for those folks who have stuck around and stuck this out through this whole time, kudos to every single one of you freaking amazing people. Y'all are the reason that you are going to be a multimillionaire when the time comes. This is not by accident. You did not just walk into this and put $100 and all of a sudden you became a multimillionaire. No, you stuck it out through the tough times. And that is what every single one of y'all beautiful people have done, who have lasted since even August and have continued to not only probably lower your dollar cost average or lower your average by buying in this 2-cent range, but also you've just accumulated so much more. So it becomes that much easier to attain your goal that much faster. Does that make sense? So absolutely get ready for sudden wealth syndrome. Evening, Hexicans. What's up, Monkey Magic? How are you, my friend? All right. So yeah, let's talk into this. We are going to be discussing becoming a crypto millionaire, folks. This is a real topic. It's a real thing that is possible for every single one of y'all. And it's just a matter of making sure that you are doing things properly in order to get there. So welcome to the channel. Again, my name is Nathan, ATX Crypto, where I'm going to be revealing the #1 way to become a multimillionaire for free. I love this information. I love the showing people this information because it is right there. And yeah, you heard that right. For free. There's no gimmicks, there's no scams, there's no catch. Just pure facts and logic. And that's what I freaking love. If you can hit someone with facts and logic, then damn, you are freaking doing some amazing things. So I hope I can convey this same information to you, because you see, this is a one investment opportunity that is so incredible, so amazing, so mind-blowing, that it is truly possible to literally make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. And that opportunity, folks, is PulseChain. So we're going to be going over into PulseChain right now. If y'all don't know what PulseChain is a brand new secure fork that is going to be forking the Ethereum network. It's going to have faster throughput. It's going to have lower fees. And it is forking over the entire Ethereum system state. All tokens, all coins, all NFTs, all of it's getting copied over to PulseChain. It's powered by a network of validators that run software protocol called Proof of Stake. And it has a limited supply. Guys, that means this token is a deflationary token, which just means the longer you hold it, the more it goes up in price. It's a simple supply and demand metric that has been taught to us ever since middle school or even elementary school, if you were even fortunate enough in that regard. But the supply, the lower the supply is, the higher the demand is. You know what that does to the price? It kicks that sucker up all the way to the freaking moon. So PulseChain is probably going to be one of the best inventions since Bitcoin. It's going to be revolutionizing the way, of course, we think about smart contracts, decentralized applications, scalability. It's going to have a whole new paradigm of economic freedom and empowerment for millions, if not billions of people all around the world. And it is definitely going to create a class of wealthy individuals who have recognized this potential and who have got in this project early on. Guys, we are so fortunate that it's not even out yet. And if you are watching this video, consider yourself blessed and thankful that you were even in this situation to be able to see this and have this opportunity in front of you, because this is freaking incredible. Did you know PulseChain was created by Richard Hart? Not only that, he used some of the funds of the sacrifice process to actually make sure that a portion of it went to charity. And that charity was the Sins Foundation. What they're focused on doing is actually prolonging your life. So he's committing money that could have gone into a pool of a sacrifice, which is a, true sacrifice metric, right? You did it for freedom of speech and freedom of movement for the two projects, PulseChain and PulseX. But he used a portion of the funds to go to a Sins Foundation charity. And that is incredible. I believe it was $27 million got sent to them. And on average, they usually get around $3 million per year. So they essentially got 9 years worth of donations in one single go from all of the sacrificers. And it was all because of Richard Hart had the thought to even make that even possible. And yes, that was a thing. It's already happened. The sacrifice process has passed. Now we just need to be patient and wait, because PulseChain is coming out soon, and you want to make sure that you have the opportunity to jump on this train as well, because just like myself, Richard Hart also believes it's going to be an opportunity of a lifetime. It is going to be the largest airdrop in history, where again, all the tokens are getting copied for free. And did you even know that all the Ethereum-based tokens, NFTs that they receive for free on PulseChain are getting doubled? Like literally, like just by holding ERC20 and NFTs on the Ethereum network right now, when the PulseChain fork happens, all of that is getting copied. So without even doing anything, just by holding simple tokens that you're already holding, you have the potential to get it for free on a new network that has the potential to do massive, massive multiples. So these are just a few examples of a few people who saw the light, who jumped into PulseChain. And again, guys, they are not alone, right? Millions of people from all walks of life have been waiting patiently and plan on holding PulseChain as a store of value and a hedge against inflation. So, of course, I'm sure people are wondering, like, how can you get started for PulseChain? Where can you buy PulseChain? How can you get PulseChain, right? How can you protect it? How do you ensure it? And at this point in time, folks, PulseChain is not out. So again, consider yourself so fortunate that you even have an opportunity of hearing about something before it's even launched. That's as if you knew Google was going to go and be what it is today, and Amazon was going to go and be what it is today, and you had the opportunity to get in at day 0, folks. So now is the time to start putting your head to the ground, start listening for anything, any noise, any notions of PulseChain launching, because at this moment in time, it could truly be the best possible opportunity for you. So one of the ways that we're going to be talking about, becoming a multimillionaire as well, is looking into something that actually I built out this little spreadsheet on to help kind of make it a little bit easier for you as well. So if I come over here, this is actually becoming a crypto millionaire calculator. And this is going back to my man in the USMC's question about asking how much would it take, how much HEX would it take if you bought it today to become a crypto millionaire. So let's go back to just break it down. There's going to be 3 projects right from the jump. There's already HEX on the Ethereum network right now that you can get in on, excluding what's possible for these over here. So let's just forget the fact that PulseChain and PulseX are not out yet. So just based on HEX alone, let's see what type of investment it would take. Let's just say you have a, let's just say you have a $10,000 investment today. Again, the current price of HEX is sitting around 5.5 cents. So it's not going to be too crazy in this regard. Yeah, I need to adjust the prices. Yeah, let me go through here and kind of do some quick little math on stream. You already know how that typically goes. But at 0.55 cents, that's $550 dollars. That's not really doing it right there. So, because that's just talking 10,000 HEX. So let's just say you have $10,000. Okay, let's just break it down right now. You have $10,000, and HEX is going to go and do a multiple of anywhere between 50 to 1,000x potential. And HEX truly has this possibility, folks. This is a real thing that is right in front of you. So if we just look at it from the example of what it is right now, HEX going and doing a 50x multiple would actually end up putting the price of HEX right at $27. Is that right? 5 cents, 50x would be up to 50 cents. It would be $2.75. There you go. That makes more sense. So 50x multiple would put the price of HEX around $2.75. Now that's, again, not out of the question, folks. So to reach $2.75, you are already halfway there to becoming a crypto millionaire. And that's just without even staking. That's without earning any additional rewards like we had talked about earlier. This is just simply talking about what it is right here, right now, 50x possible. Now, again, we already know the math. If you do this times 100x, you just became a crypto millionaire. So if HEX reaches $5.50 with a $10,000 investment right now today, you would end up becoming a crypto millionaire, my man. That is incredible. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And 100x is so freaking in the ballpark of what's possible on this next bull run right now in crypto, folks. We are just exiting probably what is the closest bear market potential we've seen. We've been in this market now for over a year, and typically bear markets in crypto only last a year, so we're already kind of passing that threshold. So if we're coming on the up and up and start entering the next bull phase, by 2025, by 2026, there's a possibility that we could be looking at HEX reaching $5.50. And what does that mean for you? With the $10,000 investment, you just became a crypto millionaire, my friend. Now, during that time, there's going to be a lot of really cool things happening. There's going to be the launch of PulseChain. There's going to be the launch of PulseX. And how cool is this that you can get PulseChain for free? Yes, folks, for free. Every single hour on the hour, if you go to freepulse.io, you can go to this website, say that you're a human, and you can actually have a chance to finish this captcha. And once you do, you can have a chance to do this roll. And guys, once this roll happens, you get X amount of pulse. Now, right here, this is going to be factoring in how much you could possibly get. So if you roll anywhere on this lucky number right here, every hour on the hour, anywhere between these numbers right here, you can start accruing so much PulseChain without doing anything for free. Yes, folks, for free. So I can literally say that right now, when you first connect to this network for the very first time, you will get 10,000 pulse right away. How cool is that? You start out with 10,000 pulse. Now, the price of PulseChain has the potential to do a lot, okay? So let's just say that, for example, you go in, PulseChain launches and you pay $1,000. You say, I'm in on PulseChain. I have $1,000 that I can get in right now. Obviously, I already know that it's going to be 1,000x to reach that millionaire status in this return. However, the benefit of this becoming a crypto millionaire is it's not just based on all eggs in one basket anymore. It's based on a project ecosystem. So we can assume that maybe PulseChain only goes and does a 500x over the next couple of years. And I highly think that's lowballing it and being so conservative that I'm not even joking. It's laughable. So you can say that PulseChain will do a 500x. Well, guess what? You also have PulseX, which is launching at the same time. It's the decentralized exchange launching on PulseChain. So let's just say that this one goes and does a 250x. Well, at this point in time, with these 3 projects alone, and guys, you're going to get a copy, by the way, of everything on Ethereum, which is including ERC20s, which is including HEX, by the way. So if you have a $10,000 investment right now in HEX and you do that, it's going to get copied over onto the PulseChain network. Fuck yes. Sign me up. So let's just assume that you only have these 3 projects. You have a 500x with PulseChain, a 250x with PulseX, and a 50x with HEX. Well, at this point in time, you just became a crypto millionaire sitting on $1.25 million, all for very damn close to free. Because again, this has got copied over. This is getting, you can get this every single day just by going to freepulse.io. You can go to another PulseX faucet, which will actually pay you out every day as well. There are so many things coming to this ecosystem, folks, that it is very possible to become a crypto millionaire for damn near free. And I love that. This is the 5 P's, folks. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. If you start preparing right now for what's possible, then you can make life-changing wealth not only for you, but for your family, and generational wealth to follow right after. So that is so freaking incredible to me. And I hope every single one of y'all see this opportunity that's right in front of you. Guys, this is very possible to happen. So definitely do yourself a favor and start looking into PulseChain, start looking into PulseX, start looking into HEX. Do the research now while it's not out, while you have time to be making a plan, to execute that plan, so when it does come out, you can take full advantage of it. And that's how you become a crypto millionaire. It's that simple. Hope you enjoyed that section of the video. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with chat, because guys, it is really that simple, by the way, folks. Like, I really do mean that. So again, how much HEX if bought today will it take to become a crypto millionaire? Well, if you do a 10,000 multiple in HEX and it goes and does a 50x or vice versa, and just assume you end up doing $5,000 purchase right now in HEX, and that'll get you X amount of crypto, then at that point in time it would end up needing to do what, 200x essentially. Well, that'd be really cool. Yeah, so essentially 200x at a 5,000x gets you to be a crypto millionaire. And guys, these are all possible numbers. I'm not making this up whenever I say, like, if you see HEX at $5, at $10, these are all in the ballpark of what's expected to come in the future of HEX. And that's let alone an entire ecosystem we're going to have available to us. So I'm a big fan. Hopefully that answered the question, Kev. 2311 USMC. What's up, Devil Dog? All right, cool. After sudden wealth syndrome comes, I'll swap out the 6 P's for the 3 L's. Court ordered rehab. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh god, that is good. That's good. That's good. All right, exactly. Exactly. This very man, I had to the deepest of YouTube holes to find out about HEX. Yeah, HEX is very gate kept, right? It's still gate kept, but the gates are falling, folks. If I got a video coming out on that as well, the gates are falling in HEX. The gates are slowly dropping, and they're starting to realize that HEX is actually the true DeFi. Like, if you're trying to get into DeFi and you're trying to learn how to earn trustless yield and not have to suck any middleman D and have to put your money up for it on an exchange or give your coins to another protocol so that way you can earn yield, none of that is what you should be doing to earn trustless yield. You need to be going and looking possibly into HEX. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but damn, it's done me good in my lifetime, and I think it still has so much more potential going forward in the future. Guys, when PulseChain launches, if you can imagine, we're going to see right now the price of HEX is sitting in the ballpark of around 5.5 cents, 5.6 cents. If PulseChain launches or we get news of V3 testnet and we stay above 5 cents, we could easily see a double right from the price right there and break that 10-cent threshold that we've been wanting to get to next, because that's really where things start going again. And once you break a 10-cent threshold, you can basically see reaching back to 50 cents at that point in time. If you can't, you have a very tough time understanding how crypto works in general in its entirety. So hopefully that makes more sense. But yeah, there's definitely exactly, this is still rare. I had to go into the deepest of YouTube holes to find out about HEX and PulseChain, and that's good. Like, and here's what I love about this exact comment right here. The further I went into the rabbit hole of finding out the Richard ecosystem, finding out the HEX, PulseChain, PulseX, what it's all about, how it all works, the better it freaking got. And so, like, yeah, dude, it's gate kept so freaking hard for whatever reason, but consider yourself so blessed that you had the intellect to even continue looking, because so many folks will just dismiss it, and then they're going to go and buy the shitcoin going on right now. Or what we'll talk about next is misconceptions in crypto. Yeah, actually, so Debbie, it is already on Patreon to answer the question. So she asked, can this be on Patreon? Debbie, thank you so much for becoming a member of Patreon. This spreadsheet right there that I just discussed is already on Patreon. It's actually attached to the PulseChain launch price prediction spreadsheet. So if you become a member of Patreon, down in the description link below, you can actually get access to not only this particular section right here of the becoming a crypto millionaire spreadsheet, but also becoming a knowing what the price of PulseChain may be at launch. So how cool is this, that it's actually predicting we may end up seeing the price of PulseChain at launch somewhere in the ballpark of around 14x from launch, from sacrifice price, 0.0014, 0.001426. This is live data that gets updated every single day, literally live. It's not like I have to type in any information. When you become a member of Patreon, you get access to this. You also get access to my profit taking spreadsheet, which I discussed in my previous video, which you can look into. And definitely become a member of Patreon. You get access to a nice Discord community, and it's an absolute blast. So Debbie, it is already in there. To all the Patreon members, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. But if you go into the PulseChain launch price prediction, that you just have to re-click the link again, and it'll give you access to this particular spreadsheet right here. I'm going to keep on revamping and revising as we do, as you know. So this just becomes better and better and better, and it'll actually offer additional information going forward in the future. So hopefully that makes more sense to every single one of you. Let me see what's going on. Oh my gosh. My puppy just got groomed today, and he is so freaking cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, folks. I wish I could and it doesn't do it justice showing you a picture of the puppy right now per se. But let's just see if I can just kind of show you real fast. So this is my puppy right here. And his name is Journey, and he just got groomed today, and he is an absolute adorable fucking puppy. Am I right? So hopefully y'all give a like for that. Boop the like button for him. It means a lot to him. It means a lot to me. And I hope every single one of y'all have an absolute blast enjoying this video and checking all the information out as well. So next topic of discussion today, let's just see real quick. I know I got some more. No financial advice, just moon math theories. Facts on facts, guys. All you do is just type in how many X's you think is possible. And if y'all aren't even aware, by the way, like, this is being so conservative whenever I talk about these numbers, because if I get into, for example, let's just pull this up here, get rid of this. If I pull up my desktop, for example, let me show you something real quick like. Okay, so desktop, and I'll show you some real crazy numbers. So this is the price that we may see on average for PulseX. And so if you're assuming that we have a chance to reach 500x, and again, this is just scrolling on down, on average, these are all the decentralized exchanges that have launched previously and their multiples, and then it's taken an average. So it says 519x in over a year. So I could literally come into this spreadsheet and say 519x, and I can assume that number may take about a year, right? The next one that I can show off as well is this one for PulseChain. Guys, this one for PulseChain is kind of saying the same thing. Let's pull up some numbers here. These are all just figures that have already been calculated. So this says this will take about a 4,000x in roughly about 3.5 years. So I can literally type in 4,000x here, knowing that it may take 3.5 years, and the math ends up being absurd, folks. We're looking at $5.5 million. That's assuming this never changes from the 519x after the 1 year. And this assumes that the PulseChain reaches the 4,000x on a $1,000 investment for PulseChain, on a $1,000 investment for PulseX. Incredible. Sign me up for that, folks, because that's looking at $5.5 million becoming a crypto millionaire, and what is damn near free. Because you could even lower these numbers down if you want to, and we can get real crazy with it and just say $100 over here for PulseChain, and you could even say another you know, we're just gonna lower this down 50x, assuming the 5,000x. And look at this is literally looking at a $6,100 investment with not too many crazy multiples in the next 3.5 years, and you're still sitting above $1 million. So plan ahead, folks. Pretend that you are already a millionaire in your mind, so that way you don't mess this opportunity up, because this is an opportunity of a lifetime, a true opportunity of a lifetime. And I really do believe that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Y'all already know, but I'm going to give up some hopium for sure. Firefighting 82. What's up? What's up? We got Debbie G. Listen, fire. Yeah, Debbie G saying loving the spreadsheets. Absolutely, guys. It's an absolute awesome thing. If y'all haven't seen the spreadsheets, again, this is the last one that I'm building over now, right now, and we're going to discuss this a little bit more. But this is a HEX staking snowball strategy where you can literally go and do one stake every single 4 months, or every single quarter, every 3 months. And you could do this one stake on Staker app, and essentially with the $8,000 have yourself getting paid for the next 15 years. We're going to keep on improving that. But the biggest one on Patreon right now that a lot of people are loving and asking for is this profit taking calculator. It goes in, it gives you a good idea of where to take profit, how to take profit, how much profit to take, and when you should be executing those profit taking prices. Great information on here. Again, link down in the description below for the Patreon members. So going into topic number 2, crypto common misconceptions. Guys, there are so many misconceptions when it comes to crypto, and we're going to discuss a little bit of that in this video today. So again, for those of y'all who are just now tuning in, my name is Nathan, aka ATX Crypto, your crypto buddy, and we are going to be looking into the rich art ecosystem of HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX. But today we're going to be talking about a broader aspect of it, and really talking about the overall crypto misconceptions that you may or may not already have heard, that you may or may not already be aware of, and kind of debunking some of those common misconceptions that you've been having or hearing about investing into crypto. So if you're new to crypto, if you want to learn more, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're appreciating the content that's coming out, always greatly appreciated. Hit the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos. And if this video you find it helpful, give it a nice little thumbs up. It'd be awesome. It means the world if you could even share it against every single one of you, with your friends, with your family. Post it on Twitter. Say you love the stream. Give a little shout out and some love as well, because guys, I absolutely love all the attention and acceptance I'm receiving, and appreciative from every single one of y'all as well. So crypto investing is by far, in my opinion, one of the most exciting and profitable opportunities. Like, there is no higher appreciating asset other than crypto. It is the fastest, highest appreciating asset that's ever been invented. And so why would you not want to start learning how you can take advantage of some of these benefits, and how you can take advantage of the highest appreciating assets as well. So let me just kind of go through. There are thousands of different crypto projects out there. We know that. There are so many possible scams as well. They all have their own features, their own benefits, their own drawbacks. So it's so tough and sometimes to know which ones to invest in, which ones to avoid. How do you avoid falling for scams? How do you avoid the hype and the misinformation going around? How do you make smart, informed decisions that will help you actually achieve your financial goals? Well, in this video, we're going to be sharing some of those common misconceptions people have about crypto investing and explain why they're wrong. I'm going to give you some tips, some recommendations, and what types of cryptos you should look to invest in based on your risk appetite, time horizon, and even some personal preferences. So by the end of this video, you'll have a much better understanding of how to invest in crypto, what to look out for, and how to make the best possible decision for yourself. So the first common misconception that you'll see right off the jump is you need to actually buy a whole coin. Now, this misconception comes from having projects that are out there that have been around for a while, such as Bitcoin, such as Ethereum, where in some cases it costs a lot more money for one coin than it would you even have to invest. But to keep that in perspective, that's not true, right? Some people think that they need to buy a whole Bitcoin. Some people think they need to buy a whole Ethereum. They think that they need to buy an entire crypto, an entire coin, and you can only buy one. And that is just not true. You can actually buy fractions of a coin, and you can actually buy as small as you want. So for example, you can buy literally 0.01 Bitcoin. You can buy 0.1 Ethereum. You can buy 0.001 Ethereum, right? Which may only cost you $3, but sometimes just dollar cost averaging into some of these projects early and starting a good dollar cost average strategy is going to benefit you so far in the long run that you can be thankful that you at least started. So you definitely can buy coins that are much cheaper than Bitcoin or Ethereum. My recommendation that I point people in the view of and that I love, in my opinion, is the best possible crypto out there is HEX. It's currently worth less than 5 cents or less than 6 cents, less than 10 cents. Let's just say that. It's less than $1, okay? So at this point in time, you can buy even more coins than you want to. You get the whole coins and you get a lot more of the coins. So you get a lot more quantity with it. So you can buy as much or as little as you want depending upon your budget and your goal. And that's one of the first misconceptions that a lot of folks will have. Misconception number 2 that you'll see is you need to diversify your portfolio. Now this comes from the world of stocks and other folks who have been in the world of finance in the past, that they had the idea that you need to diversify your portfolio. And that can kind of be misconstrued, especially in the world of crypto, because you think you have to, diversify your portfolio. For example, some people think you need to have a variety of different crypto coins, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, like Solana, Binance, HEX, all these different coins, so on and so forth, just to reduce their risk and increase their returns. But that's actually not true either. Did you know that diversifying your portfolio is not necessarily a bad idea, but is definitely not a guarantee for success? In fact, sometimes diversifying your portfolio can actually reduce your returns quite significantly and increase the complexity that you need to make sure to stay on top of. For example, if you bought 10 different coins and one of them goes up a 10x, but the other 9 that you invested in go down 50%, you end up with the net loss. You're already down. On the other hand, if you bought the one coin that went up 10x, you end up with the net gain. So sometimes making sure that you're actually doing the proper research and getting into the cryptos that you truly believe in, quality over quantity, is by far what my recommendation would end up being. And that's why I'm a big fan of what HEX can do, right? I found that to be the one coin that made the most sense in my heart, in my head of head, that I said it makes sense to me, and I can definitely get on board with this exact crypto right here. I'm gonna lower that music down just a smidge because I was jamming, dude. But like, I know I was talking loud on that one. Hopefully y'all were enjoying that music right there. I lowered it down just a smidge so you can hear me maybe a little bit better. But guys, right from the jump, you need to focus on quality and not quantity. This is just facts in crypto. Focus on quality and not quantity. I've talked about this so many times before, but diversifying your portfolio in crypto is not the same as diversifying your portfolio in stocks, because there's different sectors in stocks that you can do. But in crypto, it's all pretty much the same. It has either a community, or it has a new idea coming out, or it could be something that's brand new, but it doesn't have the same diversification quality that you get from doing it in stocks. And again, I'm not saying that you should even do that necessarily in stocks, but it is a way to kind of help reduce the risk. But in crypto, because it's so volatile and has the potential to be the highest appreciating asset, and it can easily do 10x's, 50x's, 100x's, if you invest in so many other projects and have your hands in so many other protocols, that whenever something goes and does 100x and you only have a small little bit of money, like say you have $1,000 and you split that $1,000 10 ways to get into 10 different projects, well, one of them could go and just, like I said, go right to 100x or do a 10x. And yet the other ones will fall 50%. Immediately, you are actually at a net loss in that one scenario. So finding the one thing that could be beneficial for you is what you need to start doing your own research in. So one thing that I ended up finding was to have the most potential and innovation was HEX. It was actually the first high interest certificate of deposit on the blockchain. It pays you yield trustlessly for just locking up your tokens for a set period of time that you choose. It doesn't have, HEX has many benefits, right? It's such as like higher interest rates that you'll see. It doesn't have a referral program, or it doesn't have anything crazy, but it does in fact have a penalty system. It has great game theory. It has a phenomenal community, a fantastic founder, and the performance is bar none some of the best in crypto that you can see. In fact, there's only been 5 cryptos that have ever done a 10,000x. Can you believe that? Crypto's been around for what, 13 years now, and only 5 of them have ever done a 10,000x. Well, guess what? HEX is one of those cryptos. So HEX, in my opinion, is going to be the future of crypto, and you don't want to miss the opportunity to get in early and make some life-changing gains that you can truly benefit your family and your generational wealth to follow as well. And lastly, folks, the last misconception that I want to just bring up real fast is you need to follow market trends. This is such a misconception that is so common and so prevalent, and especially in the crypto sphere, because everyone thinks they need to follow market trends. They think they need to find some people that, that are talking about buying the coins that are trending on social media, like Twitter or Reddit or YouTube, and then catching the hype and making a quick profit. That is so far from the truth. In fact, what's funny about that is following the market trends, while it may not be a bad idea to get like maybe some gains, it's definitely by no means a guarantee of success either. In fact, following a market trend can also expose you to more risk and more volatility. For example, like if you bought a coin, and I'll just break this down. If you bought a coin that's trending on social media and it goes up 100%, but then crashes 90%, you end up losing with a net loss. So keep that in mind. And it's so possible that like these hype coins, these meme coins that are coming out, that are coming around, people are buying these coins, and a lot of the times the people promoting the coins are the ones who are actually the people who are just trying to sell their bags and dump on your heads, as they say. So you'll have a lot of social media or social influencers who are out there saying like, hey, go check out this new project. It just got launched and it's going to do amazing. Like you can say, for example, Crypto Zoo was a big one that just has recently been brought to everyone's attention about how big of a scam that was, because there's so many people in the developer world who just went and dumped the price right away. As soon as they started hyping the coin up, as soon as people started investing in it, they just took their profits and dipped out, and then you're left with nothing and stuck with that shit crypto, in my opinion. So you have a much better chance if you find a coin that's not trending on social media. It has solid fundamentals. It has a loyal community and a loyal following. You know who the founder is. They are not anonymous. There's no admin keys in these projects. That is the coin in crypto that you should be looking for, because when that crypto goes up 1,000% and you end up with a net gain, that is what you're looking for. The point is, you don't have to follow market trends to invest. And I think that's common misconception. Definitely, it's one of the three most common misconceptions that happen. You need to follow your own intuition, your own judgment. You need to do your own research. You need to find the best projects and make sure that you do it. And what I found was the most valuable and the most potential was HEX. And again, if that doesn't work for you, find what does work for you, right? It makes sense to me because I was already familiar with this finance background that I had. I'm already familiar with how certificate of deposits work. And the fact that this is now on the blockchain, that it's been live for 3 years plus without any issues, flawless operation, 100% uptime, that is what I'm looking for. I know who the founder is. There's no admin keys, guys. That is what I'm looking for in crypto. But if that doesn't work for you, then you need to find what does work for you, okay? So keep that in mind, because again, I truly think that once again, finding out what is the best crypto can be very difficult, and so often it's held behind gates, and you have to break the barriers in order to find that one crypto that you're looking for. So sometimes diving into and doing some more research and spending maybe 20 hours instead of just 1 hour, or instead of 2 minutes trying to find out what's the next crypto, and then you go invest in it and it's already gone up 1000x, chances that you do anything with that are probably pretty slim to none. And then you're going to be stuck with the bag that never goes anywhere. So to break it down, those are probably some of the most common misconceptions that people have about crypto investing and why they're wrong, right? I hope the video helped and made it clear to clear up some of the confusion and misinformation that comes with this misconception that's out there, and give you some tips and recommendations on what type of cryptos you should be looking for, right? Make sure that if you want to learn more about crypto, especially HEX and the Rich Chart ecosystem, give my channel a subscribe. Click the like button. It means a lot. It means that you're appreciating the content that I'm putting out. It means that you are wanting to see more content that's out there. If you want to support me and my channel, there is a Patreon link down in the description below where you can actually get access to a profit-taking spreadsheet. You can get access to a crypto millionaire calculator. You can get access to Discord and much, much more. So check that link down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in that next video. Peace. All right, folks. All right. Okay, now, oops. I didn't mean to pull that one up. By the way, I love that song. I absolutely love that song. I'm gonna play that song for shits and gigs now because it just played in my head and now I want to hear it. So there you go. Yeah, by the way, phenomenal music in our HEX ecosystem. We got DJs, we got people who are out there making all sorts of stuff. Big props to every single one of y'all. So where can I find the HEX coin? So you can actually find it by going to well, it's actually on Uniswap, but you have to do everything through a decentralized method. You cannot get HEX on a centralized exchange such as Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini. All those are actually bad, right? They're not good for you. There's a reason why they're not good for you, because they have everything that you don't want in crypto. They have admin keys. They can shut down. They can go bankrupt, and you can't do shit. So you have to get HEX on a decentralized application. Such as Uniswap.org is a phenomenal place to start. You can also use many other decentralized applications such as Matcher.xyz, 1inch.io, CalSwap. There's so many of them out there that you just have to start learning. And if you're just now learning how to get into the HEX ecosystem, welcome aboard to start opening your mind to what true DeFi is really meant to be. Okay, this is really what true DeFi is all about right here. Big GZ answer that question at Nosina. We got hex.com, or you got uniswap.org. Those are two websites that you can definitely get started in the HEX ecosystem for sure. And keep in mind, there are many, many more that's out there as well. So let's take a little peeky weeky over here and see what's happening with the HEX price. Yep, still sitting at 5.5 cents. Freaking love this, dude. I'm gonna play this up a little bit louder.
Crypto winter, come and get your new profile picture. Base guy on the beat, Hexagon cipher, bringing the heat, bringing the heat.
I'm a Hex king, don't suck this game.
Hey.
Here we go.
Here we go again one time.
Shout out Base God and the fans.
All right, let me turn that down just a smidge. But yeah, there's so many HEX songs that are out there. It's so freaking cool. Big fan of all the Hexkins who are creating all the content, all the music. I enjoy every single one of it, every single bit of it. I was trying to see if there was any big news. I know the Godwell, for example, just ended their stake yesterday, and I have a video breaking that down as well. But let's just see if I can see it right here. 2 billion, February 14th. This is, I need to be looking for February 15th. If y'all aren't familiar, this is Hex Alerts on Twitter. It gives all the nice little updates in regards to what stakes are doing. And this is for the bigger whale alerts in this regard. So millions of Hex in this regard. So you can see someone just ended that stake, 300 million Hex, 600,000 Hex. Where was it? 4.3. That was all 21 hours. Where'd it go? Hex Alerts, what are you doing? Okay, cool. Well, I can just type in, nope, not that one. 666D. Oh my goodness. All right, well. I can't remember the exact amount, and that's what stinks, because I just want to put in like 2 billion, because it was 2 billion Hex. There it is, right here. I just need to open my eyes a little bit more. All right, so let's just see if they've done anything with their Hex. I know last I checked, they were just simply holding on to it at this point in time, and it looks like that is what they are still doing as of this moment. You can see right here, they are holding on 2.875 billion Hex, valued around $157 million. And folks, they have not taken profit on this particular one at this point in time. So very interesting to see if they were going to just restake it out for longer, if they were planning on doing anything different. They had 2 stakes ending. One of them was for 2 billion. Another one was for 724 million. And yeah, that's freaking an insane amount of Hex. But again, this is the Godwell, and there's a reason why they have that name. I'm just curious to see what they plan on doing with it. If they're planning on actually restaking again for longer, if they're holding it just liquid, and then they're going to restake. Keep my eye on this one for sure. And I advise all of you to also keep your eye on it too. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, no, so no, thank you so much. Yeah, all the love to you as well. For real. Like, just now joining the Hexakin ecosystem, it's an absolute blast. Welcome aboard. Besides buying Hex and doing vigorous research, what other steps should one take after purchasing? Just hold and get rich in a few years? That's one way to do it, like for real. Sometimes doing nothing is by far like the best strategy you could possibly have. So it's funny that you say that. If you plan on doing nothing, you can earn even more Hex by staking it. So if you are already a long-term visionary and you have long-term goals in mind and you have a long-term mentality already that you don't plan on selling anything for the next 5 years anyways, something you can possibly look into is staking your Hex after you buy it. And staking your Hex is a whole nother mechanism where you can actually earn trustless yield paid out daily every single day at 0000 UTC time. And this is actually a website, hexdailystats.com, that you can go to. And inside this address right here, you can actually see, it'll show you the daily payout. And right now we're getting on average about 6.4. And if you go to hexfire.io, there's so many websites that the Hexkin ecosystem made. Big props to every single one of these folks, but the newest one is going to be hexfire.io. And you can see on average over the last 6 months, the daily payout is 6.388 Hex per t-shirt that you have. So once you start learning more into Hex, you start looking into the staking mechanisms. That's what I would really start doing. First, you want to look to secure how to secure your wallet, because in your heart of hearts, if you are already thinking that you're a multi-millionaire or a millionaire, you need to be thinking, how do I secure that wealth and not jeopardize it? So the first thing you can typically do is, if you're buying Hex for the very first time and you don't have a MetaMask or you don't have any sort of decentralized wallet outside of the centralized world, then you would look into something called Treasure or Ledger. And they are two hardware wallets that we can actually hold on and keep your crypto securely safe with a much harder seed word. Now, the next step is to not keep your seed words anywhere on your phone. So you don't take a picture of it. You don't write it down in your notes. You don't save it in your Dropbox. You don't put it in your Google Drive. You literally do not want your seed words ever touching the internet, for good reason, because that is how you can access your decentralized wallet. So the first thing you want to do is create a decentralized wallet. Make sure that you never keep the seed words anywhere that accesses anything online. And then you can stake your HEX. That's what I would recommend in that order, if you don't already have it. If you do already have it, I would personally still recommend getting a new wallet in this regard, because in case you mess with other protocols and other dApps, like decentralized applications, and you connect your wallet in that regard, you give access to that wallet for some permissions, and some that are out there, some dApps that are out there have malicious intent. And so they will literally have you connect your wallet and you give them access to do whatever they want. And you didn't even realize that's what happened, but then they can do whatever they want. So I like keeping HEX separate. I like keeping my stakes separate from any other cryptos that I'm currently invested in, because I want that to be there as the golden egg that's going to keep producing me money far into the future, that I never have to worry about anything happening to it. And then if you want to go and have what's called a degen wallet, where you can connect to other websites, connect to different protocols, buy other cryptos, then you go with that example for a second example. There's definitely a lot, and it's, you know, like I want to break it down to you. That's what's so tough. Onboarding into crypto is probably one of the toughest things to do right. But when you get it right, you can make sure that you're never gonna be jeopardized again. So maybe we'll go into that in a little bit more detail in like tomorrow's video or something like that. But let's just see what we have here. What would you recommend as smallest HEX amount to stake? I know I wrecked myself on my first several stakes because gas will make them pointless to end stake. That's only at the point in time right now. It seems like it's pointless, but it's one of those you can actually end up in a situation where it can be very beneficial. Yes, it costs more to end the stake right now, but by not ending the stake, you end up bleeding out the stake. And what happens is you eventually lose that full stake after 100 weeks of not ending that stake. So, but in 100 weeks, I think the price of HEX, like we just talked about in the next bull run, could possibly be $2 to $5 for HEX. So the amount of money that you spent now, while it may seem wrecked, could be highly advantageous to hold on to that in the future. However, some people have said 100,000 HEX. I personally am not that guy. It depends on how long you're staking for. The smaller that you stake, the longer mentality you need to have. So if you have, we'll say 10,000 HEX, you probably don't want to do a 6-month stake or a year-long stake. I don't see that being advantageous unless you're trying to plan for the next bull market, and that would be timing it around 2025, 2026, which is still a couple years down the road. So that would be my first recommendation. Smaller HEX amount needs to go longer. And the smaller it is, the longer that I recommend going. Like, I'll recommend going out to 55, which is 15 years. Lock that sucker up for 15 years at the T-share that you can get now. Because 10,000 HEX right now will get you 1 T-share. If you lock it up for 55, or even just lock it up for 10 years, 36.55, or, you know, 3,650 days. So that'll get you 1 T-share, and that 1 T-share is going to pay you trustless yield every day for the entire 10 years, 15 years. So by the time that stake comes due, it's going to be well worth it to end it. But again, that's a tough question to answer. I would say the smaller amount needs to go longer. And I hope that makes sense. Hopefully that answers the question. It depends on how much. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but it depends on how much you're trying to stake. It depends on what you're trying to get done. There's a ton of different factors going into it. Can you afford to lock that money up for 10, 15 years? Then go for it. And then if you end up getting, say, a tax return, for example, which we have coming up soon, then you can actually get more HEX if you want to use some of that money. Buy some more HEX. Maybe you get 50,000 HEX this time, and then you can go shorter stakes, right? And then you could do a 1.5 year stake or a 1 year stake, and it becomes more advantageous to go that route. So hopefully that answered that question as well. As crazy as it is, folks, I do have to be hopping off the stream, but unfortunately I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. I got to go take care of the pups today. I'm on pup duty. I'm on kid duty. I'm a pup dad, retired pup dad, so I'm understanding and learning. Thank you. Gave your live stream a like and subscribe. No, Sana? Appreciate that. I love it so much. To every single one of y'all who's tuning in right now, thank you so much for all the love, all the support y'all have shared and shown. My name is Nathan, aka ATX Crypto, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.